Bringing a little raciness to the stage. Yeah, boy! Next up for you, ladies and gentlemen, we have a veteran performer in and around the Charlottesville area. Ladies and gentlemen, John Howard!
Thank you, everybody coming out here, getting in that storm. Good thing we don't have to cut down any more trees or telephone poles around here. All right. You know, I knew it was going to be a good night, but then, you know, I figured I'd see everybody coming up the steps, and I get a little nervous. This is the first time I've ever done stand-up, so this is, this is nice to be in front of y'all, but when I was standing outside, you know, I'm not going to look around the room and find who it was, but I saw people come upstairs, and they're like, everyone's wondering where the room is, and this one woman comes up, she looks at me, and she goes, "Where's the beer?" It's in there. So, but I grew up in Ohio. It's you know, just small. People call it the Midwest, but I was, you know, told not too long ago that it's not the Midwest. But Ohio, you know, I grew up with. It has like 3 layers. It's kind of like Neapolitan ice cream. You know, you have, and I just happen to grow up in the redneck layer. So I'm from Southern Ohio. You know, my mom, she's a nice, refined, kind of socialite woman. And then she met my father, who is a pretty much, you know, he's a modest country boy. But, you know, when we grow up, I grew up in a family with those two, and I guess it makes me a cultured redneck, so to speak. So, you know, and we were an average family of 4. We'd come home at the end of the day, sit around the dinner table, talk about what was going on, but none of us ever inquired about what was actually in the hamburger helper, trust me. Because my dad was one of those people that nowadays they call them freegans, you know, an anti-consumer, someone that does not give in to the conventional economy. So rabbits, squirrel, turtles, deer, whatever, they did not grace our property at all. And if they did, it was time for my dad to go shopping. Okay? See, this guy could be asleep in a lazy boy chair. Absolutely out. Wake up, take the last sip off of his old Milwaukee, stand up, grab the shotgun. As a screen door slams behind him, you hear pop, pop. And then he comes inside, you know what you got? You guessed it, tomorrow's lunch. You know, so I grew up like that, and so I feel that, you know, I was like, well, I need to get away from Ohio. I need to get away from here, because it's basically like Jersey without the shore. So I go, and so I moved to Florida. You know, I go from the heart of it all, that's what Ohio's motto is, it's the heart of it all. And I move all the way down to America's penis. And so when I get there, I realize that I really don't like tourists. You know, they're Torons, you know, is what we call them. And so, you know, in Florida has a lot of people. I mean, what is it about that place? Does all the stupidity in America all trickle down south till it finally pools up right there in Florida? Because you get there, and every idiot with a credit card and a rental car, they don their prize Speedo as they like verbally assault their children at SeaWorld, and it's just like vacation. Oh, that just sounds like a wonderful place, you know. But I lived in vacation. I was there all the time, and for me, you know, if you actually dive into the sociological experiment of Florida, you'll find that it's just a NASCAR tailgate party, you know, smothered with a little bit of Old Country Buffet's early bird special, and then you've got too many Yankees fans. You know, so basically it's just rednecks, old people, and freaking bandwagon followers. So, you know, and for me, you know, I find myself that I've come back from there back here, so now I live in Virginia, and I've gotten back, and I find myself in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I'm in the heart of Appalachia, you know? I mean, I went from Appalachia to more rednecks, which down in Florida, they're not rednecks, they're called crackers, and they're proud to be crackers too. I mean, anywhere else in America, you call somebody a cracker, man, they get pissed off, but down there, they love it. So, but basically, you know, the cracker lifestyle is a little bit different from everyone's lifestyle from where I am here in Virginia. So down there, it's more just drinking beer and hiding in the swamp and doing things like that. And you come back here to Virginia, and it's like banjos and moonshine and, you know, waving off the front porch, kind of country simple life, you know, which is probably what I'm destined for. You know, I mean, I'm destined to knock all my sentences down to one word, you know, and then possibly just live my, you know, I want to be in the cultured redneck that I am. So, you know, I would still open the door for my old lady, you know, and you know, and I just feel that that's the way I'm going to go. And so I have come up with a little ditty for you all here. I am going to, I feel that I'm destined for all this to happen to me, so I wrote a little bit of a tune that I'm going to play for you all. And it's all about trading your welfare check for speed.
Yes!
And it is in kind of a little country-esque. But anyone here like country music? You guys know country music? Modern country music?
Yeah!
Modern country music sucks. You need to have like some Johnny Cash. You know?
Yeah!
Maybe a little bit of Waylon Jennings. Yeah. You know? And I need to dig this damn pick out of my pocket. Here we go, folks. Trade your welfare check for speed. Between my wife and me, we got one set of teeth. My 10 kids, they hardly eat but twice a week. This shack that I live in, I gotta steal that back or make my gin, you know. Haven't had new clothes since the old 70s. It's that time of the month again to go check the mail, my friend. I'm gonna do that dirty deed and hit the streets. Go downtown to find a dope man. I said, thanks for that fix, Uncle Sam. Gonna trade my welfare checks for speed. Gonna trade my welfare checks for speed, yes indeed. Bought some land down in hell, you know the devil holds the deed. I sold my soul, trading my life for just one line of that natural white, you know. Probably burn in hell when I die. I feel as if my life's at an end, people. Drugs and alcohol are my only friends. I disgrace my family name for greed. Maybe I'll take this extra time, you know, and leave my messed up ways behind. But you know, clean up my wasted life down at old Betty Ford. Now they got me in this cell, my freedom's taken away. All these shrinks are digging in my past, I don't know what to say. Except it all began, you know, way back when, you know, I found out Ma and Pa, they're kin and all. And all that speed brought relief. I traded all the welfare checks for speed, yes indeed. My methamphetamine addiction, you know, it helped feed. Right now I maybe could use some weed or just maybe a piece of that government cheese, but you know, could always learn how to read. Thank you all very much.
John Howard, ladies and gentlemen, I have known that man for over 20 years.
We went to church together.
We did. This man can put more marshmallows in his mouth and still say chubby bunnies than anyone in the world. Cheeks.